Well, it happened. Young Dolph, one of his suspected killers, has just pleaded guilty to. Well, we gonna see because I didn't even see it, but he just snitched and admitted that nigga, basically, that's what we did. I don't know what he said, but we about to watch it right now. R.I.P. Flipper. Hey, one thing about it, the truth gonna come to the light, especially when you do a good nigga bad. We already know where this is finna go. R.I.P. Flipper, man.
And to the parties as we prosecute the case, as we talk to more witnesses and talk to, in some cases, more co-defendants and cooperating witnesses. That's been the case in the prosecution of Jamarcus Johnson. As we told Your Honor in Chambers, I think the court is aware, the state now understands the exact participation of Mr. Johnson in the conspiracy with regard to the murder and cover-up of the murder of Adolph Thornton Jr., known as Dolph in the community. Mr. Johnson had no, Mr. Johnson, Jamarcus Johnson, had no involvement in the homicide before the murder. He had no involvement in the homicide during the murder. His involvement was after the fact. About a week after the murder of Adolph Thornton, his brother, Justin Johnson, who in fact was one of the shooters and one of the killers of Adolph Thornton Jr., came to him and...
Fuck straight drop, nigga. Fuck you, nigga. That's why your brother told on you. Dumb motherfucker. Rest in peace, Dolph, nigga.
Gave him certain property. A car, not the car used in the murder, but nevertheless the car that Mr. Justin Johnson had possession of, and a cell phone. The cell phone was of particular importance because it was Justin Johnson's cell phone that he had during the murder and that he had used for some...
About to roll up that motherfucking straight drop pack because y'all boys is cooked. That's what you get, motherfucker. That's what the fuck you get, nigga. Your own brother told on you. All that dancing, track hawk, and you stupid fuck. You took Dolph away for nothing. You killed young Dolph for your motherfucking brother to tell on y'all, motherfucker, you stupid bitch. Rest in peace, Flipper forever, nigga. Cocksucking bastards.
Sometime before. This Mr. Johnson agreed to take possession of the car, and he agreed to take possession of the cell phone. His taking possession of the cell phone and the car aided in Mr. Justin Johnson's continued evasion from authorities and his continued cover-up of the conspiracy. This Mr. Johnson also used the telephone. He used the telephone by his brother Justin would call the telephone and he'd place the telephone up to another telephone and they would in essence trick Justin Johnson's federal probation officer into believing that Justin Johnson still had his cell phone and was still in Memphis, Tennessee, when in fact he had fled after murdering Adolph Thornton and was not in our community. He also did the same thing where he placed Justin Johnson's cell phone up to another cell phone and he facilitated a conversation, again this is over a week after the homicide, between his brother Justin Johnson and the other shooter of Adolph Thornton, Cornelius Smith. Mr. Johnson preserved the telephone and turned it over to authorities. He's spoken with the state and he's described the content of that conversation and the content of some text messages between Cornelius Smith and Justin Johnson that included Mr. Justin Johnson trying to get money to Cornelius Smith after the killing. Mr. Jamarcus Johnson has given truthful statements to the state with regard to all those acts. Those are 3 acts of an accessory after the fact that did aid in the cover-up and this conspiracy. For those reasons, now that we understand those to be the facts of his involvement, now that he's given a truthful statement with regard to these things, he has also identified a picture of his brother Justin Johnson wearing the outfit of one of the shooters of Dolph just directly before the homicide. Now that he's been 100% cooperative and truthful, we're asking Your Honor to accept a guilty plea.
Rest in peace, Dolph, nigga. Rest in peace, Dolph, nigga, you fucking bitch. Picture that. Picture y'all go on there, hit to kill a nigga. And picture you kill him. And picture your brother tell on you, you stupid motherfucker. You ain't do nothing with the money, bitch. Y'all didn't get nothing. Y'all did nothing but throw your fucking life away, you cocksucking bitch. And took Dolph, nigga. For what, nigga? Just to go to prison? You did all that just to go to prison and have your own brother tell on you, you stupid motherfucker? That's what you get, bitch. Broke niggas, you gotta kill niggas for money, nigga. You don't know how to hustle, nigga. Dumbass bitches.
Recommendation in the case. There's a criminal information that is before Your Honor. It has 3 counts. It's I-2300019. It alleges 3 counts of accessory after the fact for those 3 acts that I just described to the court: taking possession of the car, the cell phone, and then using the cell phone to facilitate those communications. Even though Mr. Johnson is a range 1 offender, he has no criminal history. He's agreeing by this guilty plea, which is open to the court, that he should be sentenced as a range 2 offender. These are E felonies. Range 2 for an E felony carries 2 to 4 years incarceration. He's pleading guilty to all 3 counts of the information to those 3 E felonies, 2 to 4 years incarceration. He's also agreeing that when Your Honor sentences him, that all 3 of those sentences should be consecutive to each other. So Mr. Johnson is in essence pleading guilty to the court, open to the court, to a sentence that can range between 6 and 12 years when Your Honor sentences Mr. Johnson.
Yes, sir.
The parties are not asking Your Honor to sentence Mr. Johnson presently.
Man, shout out to my boy DT. You right, bro. Took one of the most solid brothers, man. Only for them to tell on each other. They ain't even stay down. Niggas ain't even stay down, bro. Motherfuck them niggas, nigga. That's what you get, bitch. Picture that. Just picture it. Y'all go slide on a nigga, a good nigga. Y'all kill him. And then a year later, one of your own brothers tell on you, nigga. Cause he said, nigga, I ain't had nothing to do with it for real, nigga. I just hid the shit and did the shit. Not even one of the actual trigger man. You can cancel motherfucking Christmas.
We're asking Your Honor to delay the matter, to reset it for sentencing.
Yes, sir.
There are conditions of release
Shot
pending
what's good, bro?
sentencing that are outlined in a separate sentencing memorandum, which is filed with this guilty plea.
Yes, sir.
And at a later date, the state will request that Your Honor sentence Mr. Johnson. I've stated the facts at the start of the plea, so I ask for counsel to stipulate to the facts. I'll just very, very briefly, basically 2 or 3 yes or no questions asked of Your Honor, Mr. Johnson, during the guilty plea.
Yes, sir.
I'll ask Your Honor to accept the plea after that.
Mr. Corman.
And Judge, I believe that would be the evidence the state would present in the case going to trial. We do stipulate there's a factual basis, and we're going to ask the court to accept our negotiated settlement.
Mr. Corman, Mr. Hagerman, thank you. Mr. Johnson, Marcus Johnson, come around, please, sir.
Oh shit, here you go.
Mr. Johnson, come up here where Deputy Chambers is.
Come on up
And
here,
once you
boy.
get to the seal
Come
of
on up
Shelby
here.
County, put your left hand on the Bible and raise your right hand to be sworn, sir. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give this cause to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Thank you, sir. Put your hand up, Mr. Johnson. Have a seat here on the witness stand, please, sir.
Oh shit. Oh shit now. And you know what I keep hearing? I don't know why he told. I just keep hearing King Von in my head. I don't know why he told. I don't know why he told. What's that King Von song? I don't know why he told. Boy, you better hope they don't give you no time, even a year for this shit, because them niggas gonna want to kill you in that bitch. They already want to kill all y'all. I don't know why he told.
Council approach, please.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I'm sorry, y'all. Let me learn my lesson. Hold on. For this nigga get the snitching, y'all. Hold on. Give me 2 seconds. Hold on. For he get the snitching. Hold on. We got to hear this in 4K. We got to see this and hear this in 4K. Give me 2 seconds. I'm going to just disconnect this mic and plug in my Ethernet cord. Give me 2 seconds. I don't know why he told. This good, beautiful beam footage. I learned my lesson. So I'm gonna have to configure how I'm gonna use that. I don't know. Fuck all that. You said I should play that King Von song. I don't know why he told. That's the only part I know about the song. I don't know why he told. And I can hear King Von. You stupid bitch. That's what y'all get, motherfucker. Recipes Dolph, nigga. Now let's let him do his thing. What's his nigga name? Jeffrey Johnson? His little brother, Jeremy Johnson? Let's let this nigga do his fucking thing. Or DeMarcus Cousins. Bitch. I don't know why he told.
Signature on the document, Mr. Hagerman. Thank you, sir. Mr. Marcus Johnson, good morning, sir. Mr. Johnson, what's your real name, sir?
Marcus Johnson.
You need to speak up a little bit
Speak
louder.
up, nigga.
Before here has to write down everything that's said. Of course, I need to speak up a little bit louder. You can take the mask down if you want to. Yes, sir.
Show that face.
Marcus Johnson.
Mr. Johnson, what school did you go to, sir?
High School.
How far did you get in school?
12th grade.
Did you finish the 12th grade?
No, sir.
Did you ever get a GED, sir?
No, sir.
Can you read and write okay, Mr. Johnson?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Johnson, answer those questions because the law requires you to answer, okay?
Okay.
A couple of things, Mr. Johnson. You were charged by way of an indictment 2204769 to charge with conspiracy to commit first-degree murder.
Yes, sir.
That Class A felony carried anywhere from 15 to 60 years in prison. You're pleading guilty on a superseding information, I-2300019, to charge you with 3 counts of accessory after the fact. That's an E-felony, carries up to 6 years in prison. You understand that, sir?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Johnson, you have a right to have this charge submitted to the grand jury. When you enter a guilty plea on this information, you're waiving. You're giving up your rights to have this case of accessory after the fact submitted to the grand jury. That case comes to court quicker when you plead on an information. The state will make you the best offer they will ever make on an information, but you're giving up. You're waiving your rights to have this case on an accessory submitted and reviewed by the grand jury. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, sir.
Is that what you want to do, sir?
Yes, sir.
For the
Yes,
record of
sir.
fact,
He said, yes, sir, that's what I want to do. You goddamn right, I want to. Goddamn it. Yeah, I want to. He would have danced out the door, nigga. That nigga said, yes, sir. He ain't even waste no time. Hold on. That nigga said, yes, sir. He ain't let the judge finish. Is that what you want? Yes, sir. That's what I want to do. Yes, sir.
support quicker when you plead on an information. The state will make you the best offer they will ever make on an information, but you're giving up. You're waiving your rights to have this case on an accessory submitted and reviewed by the grand jury. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, sir.
Is that what you want to do, sir?
Yes, sir.
For the record, I will find that Mr. Corpsman and this court have advised Mr. Johnson has the right to have his charge of accessory after the fact reviewed by a grand jury. If the grand jury found probable cause, they would indict him. If they did not find probable cause, they would no deal this charge. No fact that Mr. Johnson has made that decision intelligently and knowingly. Mr. Johnson, I'm going to show you a document for the record. This is a petition for waiver of trial by jury and a request for acceptance of appeal.
Oh, my nigga, Mr. Johnson, I'm gonna show you right here where you're gonna sign that because you're a fucking rat. And guess what? You know what? This right here is going to convict all the rest of your buddies. But we're gonna let you go home because you ain't really do shit. But you just did. You got rid of the evidence and shit. You covered up some shit. And you. Do y'all know that this nigga just admitted to his brother is one of the shooters? His own brother. He admitted to that in the plea. And bro.
Guilty. On that bottom right-hand corner where it reads defendant, did you sign that, sir? Yes, sir. Mr. Johnson, all of your rights are above your signature. Those are your state and federal constitutional rights. Did your attorney, Mr. Corpsman, go over those rights with you and explain them to you, sir?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand the rights that you're waiving and giving up today, sir?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Marcus Johnson, you heard Mr. Paul Hagerman, the prosecutor, recent statements in court a few minutes ago. When you enter this guilty plea, when you enter this change of plea today, you're telling the court that if you had a trial on your case, the state of Tennessee would bring witnesses to court. Those witnesses would testify under oath. They would say things that are similar, that are consistent with what the prosecutor just read. You're telling the court, Mr. Johnson, that if a jury believed those witnesses, that jury would have enough reason to find you guilty of accessory after the fact. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
You have an absolute right to have a trial on your case if you wanted one. You have a right to say, Judge Crawford, not guilty of anything, and I want a trial. Judge, I am demanding a trial. And had this case been tried, you would have a right to confront and cross-examine those witnesses against you. Say you have to bring those folks to court. You can look at them in person. They would sit right there on that chair on the witness stand where you're seated. Your lawyer, Mr. Corpsman, would question those folks to see whether or not they are telling the truth. If a jury did not believe those witnesses, or if that jury thought they were lying or mistaken, that jury would find you not guilty and I would dismiss your case. You understand that, sir?
Yes, sir.
Had you gone to trial in this case, Mr. Johnson, you would also have the right to present proof. You can put on witnesses if you wanted to. You can present evidence. You don't have to do anything at a trial ever. If you wanted to, and only if you wanted to, you can take that witness stand and you can testify. You can tell the jury what happened. You can tell the jury your side of the story. If you chose to remain silent and not say a single word, I would tell that jury they cannot hold it against you for any reason at all. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Johnson, had you gone to trial in this case, if you had any witnesses that could help you, your attorney, Mr. Corpsman, would send them a subpoena and have them come to court and testify for you. If your witnesses didn't show up, or if they just flat out refused to come to court, I would have those folks arrested by the sheriff. I would make your witnesses come in. I would make them testify. And if I had to, Mr. Johnson, I would put them in jail until your case was tried. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, sir.
Had you gone to trial and had a jury found you guilty of anything, you can appeal any conviction the jury gave you. You can appeal any punishment that I gave you. The Court of Criminal Appeals would grant you a new trial or even dismiss your case if that.
But you can't do no appeal once you take a plea. You can't do an appeal once you take a plea. Why she about to tell him that?
That court found that mistakes have been made in your trial. If you could not afford an attorney, I would appoint someone for you free of charge to handle your appeal. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Marcus Johnson, when you enter this change of plea, when you enter this guilty plea, you waive, you give up all those rights.
You waive.
You ask this court to find you guilty without a trial. And Mr. Johnson, both sides are recommending that I do not sentence you today, that I delay the execution of these judgments and set this case for a sentencing hearing. And at that sentencing hearing, Mr. Johnson, you'll be sentenced somewhere between 6 and 12 years in prison.
Damn. So he still got to go to prison. Damn. He only did what they only been locked up for like 1 year. Damn. You still got to go to jail. He's snitching. So imagine what they finna get them niggas.
He's sentenced somewhere between 6 and 12 years in prison. Now, is that the agreement you have to stay in Tennessee, sir?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Johnson, you've been sworn to tell the truth. You understand that, sir?
Yes, sir.
Everything that you say under oath has to be true. If you do not tell the truth, the state could indict you for perjury. That carries up to 12 years in prison. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, sir.
Before I continue with this guilty plea colloquy, Mr. Johnson, Mr. Hagerman has asked.
Actually, they could give him 6 years probation. They could give him 6 years with 1 year served, time served, and 5 years of probation. That's probably what they're going to do. Because there's no way they're going to send him to prison. If they send him to prison, they sending him to die. I ain't going to lie. I don't give a fuck either way, because fuck them niggas for real, for real. I fuck with Dolph, and that was fucked up what they did to bro. But that's crazy.
The court's permission to ask you some questions. You waive your right to remain silent when you enter this guilty plea. So listen to the questions that Mr. Hagerman asked of you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Make sure you answer those questions truthfully. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
If Mr. Hagerman and Ms. Mond said, Judge Coffey, we don't believe Mr. Jamarcus Johnson has been truthful, they're going to ask the court to vacate this guilty plea. It will strike this guilty plea, and your case will go back to the same status as was before this information was filed. You understand that, sir?
Yes, sir.
Any questions, sir?
No, sir.
Mr. Hagerman, you may proceed, sir.
Do your thing, buddy.
Mr. Johnson, we have talked before, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And when we talked...
Hey, man, I just want to say shout out to everybody, man. Welcome back, welcome back. Breaking news, man. The brother of Justin Johnson, DeMarcus Johnson, is taking the plea and admitting that Justin Johnson was the shooter. I have not seen this. I only heard the beginning, and I know I know about court and shit. So now he's about to tell everybody, even you watching and me watching, what's on his mind, I guess. Rest in peace, Dolph.
You told me about meeting with your half-brother, Justin. He's your half-brother, is that right?
Yes, sir.
You told me about meeting with your half-brother, Justin, about a week or so after the murder of Adolph Ford Jr., is that right?
Yes, sir.
You told me at that time that he gave you a car, is that right?
Yes, sir.
You told me at that time he also gave you his cellular telephone, is that correct?
Correct.
You told me that, or did you tell me that afterwards you used that cellular telephone at his request?
Yes, sir.
Did you describe to me a scenario in which you would place one phone up to another while Justin was on another phone for the benefit of his parole or probation officer?
He was called to get somebody's number, and I would put my phone down on the bed, and I would put somebody else's phone right there and let him talk to you.
And you told me about the times that you did that, is that correct? And you also described times not just with the probation or parole officer, but also with an individual known to you as C.
Mm-hmm.
Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And you now know that individual to be Cornelius Smith, is that
Yes,
right? And you described to me, and you turned this phone over, and in it were text messages with this individual C, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And some of these text messages, some of what you witnessed, was conversation with regard to money that Justin would be getting to see. Is that correct?
He asked for money, yes, sir.
Asked for money.
Yes, sir.
Is that correct?
Yeah. He was asking for money for somebody else, from somebody else.
Okay, and that somebody else was referred to as Unc, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this would be money that C asked for from Justin that Justin was going to get from Unc.
Yes, sir.
Is that correct? You described all that to me.
Yes, sir.
You've also looked at some photographs that included one of...
So you know what that mean? Murder for hire. It was a murder for hire. That's crazy. Now guess what? Niggas is going to... It was for nothing, nigga. Do y'all see the dumbass cycle that niggas do every day? Like...
your half-brother in a particular outfit, and you identified Justin Johnson, your half-brother, in the photograph.
Yes, sir.
Do you understand that one day you may be called to testify in a trial on this matter?
Yes, sir.
Will you tell the truth at that time?
Yes, sir.
Have you told the truth with me?
Yes, sir.
No further questions, Judge.
Thank you, Mr. Hagerman. Mr. Corby, you have any questions of DeMarcus Johnson?
No question. Thank you, Judge.
Mr. Marcus Johnson, the felonies that you pled guilty to, accessory after the fact, is a Class E felony. It carries anywhere technically from 1 day to 6 years in prison. You understand that, sir?
Yes, sir.
1 day.
You have agreed under what's called a hybrid guilty plea, State versus Mailer and Hicks, State versus Hicks, in which you're agreeing to plead outside of your range. You're not a range 2 offender. You understand that? In order to be a range 2 offender, you have to have 2 prior felony convictions. You don't have any felony convictions.
Hey man, we gonna smoke this straight drop pack. We gonna smoke this Cornelius pack. We gonna smoke this all them niggas packs. Rest in peace, Dolph, nigga. See? Being a hater don't get you nowhere, nigga. Being a fucking hater don't get you no fucking well, but down bad, nigga. No cap.
You understand that? You can agree to plead outside of your range as long as it's within the range of punishment for that crime, that E felony, as long as you're doing that in your best interest. You understand that? So you agree to plead outside of your range as a multiple range 2 offender. That range 2 sentence will carry anywhere from 2 to 4 years in prison. And you've also agreed that at your sentencing hearing, you will be sentenced to consecutive sentences on these 3 counts. So it's a minimum sentence of 6 years in prison to as much as 12 years in prison. Do you understand that, sir? You understand normally, unless you make that agreement, you cannot be sentenced to more than 2 years in prison. If they were right consecutive, it would be a total sentence of 6. Do you understand that? Mr. Johnson, once the court sentences you, you lose all of your rights to citizenship. You understand that, sir?
Yes, sir.
If you're sentenced on this case, in order to serve this sentence in prison, you'll be a convicted felon. That felony conviction will be on your record forever. You understand that, sir?
Yes, sir.
If you were sentenced to a penitentiary sentence, even placed on probation, would have to render you infamous. For the rest of your life, you lose all of your rights to citizenship. For instance, you lose the right to vote. You could not vote until you completed that sentence, and the right to vote was restored or given back to you by a judge in circuit court or by a certificate from the Tennessee Department of Corrections. Do you understand that, sir? As a convicted felon, Mr. Johnson, you could never serve on a trial jury. You can never possess. You can never carry. You can never buy. You can never own any handguns, firearms, rifles, shotguns, pistols, ammunition, or even bullets. Mr. Johnson, if you had in your possession, in your hands, in your pockets, on a house or car or any other place, if you possess any firearms, if you have one single bullet in your possession, the United States Prosecution Federal Court, unlawfully possessing a firearm as a convicted felon, you can be sentenced to federal penitentiary for a long time. If you possess any handgun or firearm, Tennessee can prosecute you for that. That carries up to 30 years in state prison. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, sir.
And again, you've been sworn to tell the truth, and everything that you say has to be true. You understand that, sir?
So before this nigga get to snitching, I'm gonna tell y'all this what's gonna happen. This is my prediction. Everybody about to start telling on each other, nigga. Everybody about to start telling on each other, nigga. Everybody. It ain't. Watch what happened. I don't know who, and I seen somebody say something about CMG. I don't know if CMG had nothing to do. I'm just saying. Watch this. Now that he's doing this, and everybody's still, and then you know the other nigga Govan is still. He out. He made bond. He might turn state evidence. Watch. Everybody gonna start snitching now on this case. Watch. I wonder how deep this shit go. I really do.
Do you have any questions about the rights that you waived, the guilty plea you entered, or this agreement you have with the state of Tennessee, Mr. Jamarcus Johnson?
No, sir.
Have any complaints about anything that Mr. Corman has done since he's been your lawyer, sir?
Yes, sir.
How long has Mr. Corman been your lawyer, Mr. Johnson?
8 months.
Did he get this 7 months? Did he get discovery for you?
Yes, sir.
Did he let you know what the state would try to prove if you had a trial?
Yes, sir.
Did you have anything that you wanted Mr. Corman to investigate for you?
No, sir.
Do you have any complaints at all about anything that Mr. Corman has done or has not done since he's been your lawyer?
No, sir.
Do you also understand, Mr. Johnson, that part of this agreement, this memorandum, adopted by the parties, will be filed as a public record with your guilty plea? You're pleading guilty to those 3 counts in that information. You're also agreeing that you be sentenced as a range 2 offender, even though you are, in fact, only a range 1 offender. You understand that? You also are agreeing that those 3 felony convictions will be served consecutively to each other or one another, making that an effective sentence of minimum of 6 years to as much as 12 years in prison. You've also agreed that the state of Tennessee has not made you any promises, no recommendations to your sentence other than they would detail to the court any cooperation and truthful testimony or statements that you have given that may have aided in the prosecution. As Mr. Hagerman just told you, if some of those other cases go to trial, Justin Johnson or Cornelia Smith or Hernandez Godan, if those cases go to trial, the state of Tennessee might actually call you as a witness. You understand that? You understand you waive your right to remain silent, and you could in fact be compelled to testify if those other cases are tried.
Yes, sir.
You'll also be supervised by Shelby County Pretrial Services. They reporting all parties recommending that you be released on bond in an amount of 20.
Oh, I told you he finna go home. They about to put him in witness protection somewhere. They said he going home today. This nigga probably going home today. Y'all hear me? This nigga is probably going home on bond today. Look, y'all, man, why y'all take Dolph, man? Y'all niggas, that's crazy, bruh. Come on, man, that's crazy, bruh. Dolph, my nigga?
That's what I'm saying. This shit probably way deeper, bro. Cause these little niggas, it can't, bro.
Recommending that you be released on bond.
I don't know why he told. What's that, King Von? I don't know why he told. Why he ain't stick to the code? You stupid motherfuckers. Y'all shouldn't have did none of that shit, nigga. Took a good community leader, a father, a son, a family man, you see what I'm saying? A cousin from his motherfucking family, nigga. For y'all just to go to fucking prison and you started and rat on each other. I'm pretty sure they all about to start ratting on whoever they can. They gonna try to go. I know somebody bigger than me. I know and at a certain point, ratting don't matter because if they got all the information they need, everybody not gonna get a deal. You feel me? Long
amount of $25,000.
Smoke this
and
good
once you make
gelato.
that bond, Mr. Johnson, you have to report to Shelby County Pretrial Services. They're reporting. We'll file that order with his guilty plea. Also, you would have a curfew from 9 o'clock at night until 5 o'clock in the morning. You have to be at home every day, all day, until your case is disposed of, unless you are working. I want to encourage you to work, and if you are working, you have to provide to pretrial services proof that you are in fact working. Otherwise, from 9 o'clock at night until 5 o'clock in the morning, you have to be at home every day, every night. You understand that? You'll also be in order to enroll in any other programs that pretrial services deem either group programs, individual programs, such as random drug screens. You have to check in with these folks automatically, regular contact with the person who supervises bond, and you also cannot possess a firearm while this case is pending and while sentencing is pending. Do you understand that, sir? Do you have any questions about any of those conditions that we talked about? Mr. Marcus Johnson, when found for the record, the attorney, Mr. Joshua Corman, has represented you satisfactorily. I find that Mr. Corman and this court have explained all your rights to you. I find that you understand those rights and that you waived it. You've given up those rights intelligently and knowingly. I do find that there is a factual basis. There is a legally sufficient reason for this guilty plea, which has been entered freely and voluntarily. And upon you plead guilty to information I-23-00019, counts 1, 2, and 3, Class E felonies of accessory after the fact. Mr. Johnson, it is a judgment of this court that you are guilty. The court is going to delay the execution of these judgments. It will delay a sentence on this case until Ms. Corman, Ms. Mine, Mr. Hagman, do you have a recommended date for the next setting on this case?
I'm going to get about 45, or somewhere between 45, about 60 days.
I don't know why he told. Why he stick to the code? Man, somebody please, man, say the hook to that. Somebody type in the hook to the King Von song. Why he told? I know why he told. Why he stick to the code? I don't know how to say it. I can't.
60 days is August 10th. Thursday, August 10th, the good day for all warriors.
That's a good day, Judge. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Johnson, we're going to delay the execution of these judgments. We're going to delay the sentencing on this case to a sentencing hearing on August 10th, 2023. Be back in this courtroom at 9 o'clock that morning, unless that date changes, and stay in touch with the courtroom in case the date does change. But I'll see you back in court on August 10th, that's a Thursday at 9 o'clock that morning. Make sure you go to pretrial services on Tuesday morning. They will not be open on, They will be open on Monday. We won't be in court on Monday. Go to pretrial services on Monday morning, June the 12th at 9 o'clock. They're on the 8th floor.
Damn, they definitely dropping his motherfucking location. Make sure that you go to the preacher. I mean, you got to do that anyway. But I'm saying, why would y'all say that shit? It might be. I mean, I'm just saying, ain't that kind of crazy? They saying this nigga location for next week. They let him out on bond. They saying his motherfucking location. Even though nobody gonna pull up and do nothing to him at the I mean, I don't know, nowadays niggas will do anything anywhere, but that's kind of crazy, bro. I ain't gonna cap.
Or in this building, one of the deputies will make a copy of the pretrial pretrial day reporting order for you. Take that with you. Go talk to those folks Monday morning at 9 o'clock. They will supervise this bond. Make sure you maintain contact with them. Make sure you answer those calls and those curfews. And make sure you submit to those random drug screens, because that will be required as a condition of this bond. Stay out of trouble. Don't get yourself arrested again. Be safe. And I'll see you back in court on Thursday morning, August 9th, Thursday morning, August 10th. Thursday morning, August 10th at 9 o'clock. Any questions, sir?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Johnson, sir.
Bro, the judge said, any questions, sir? That nigga didn't. Hold on. Let me. The nigga said, listen. It was like the nigga ain't even it's like the mask won't even all the way on his face. That nigga said, any question? No, sir. That nigga, he halfway out the chair. The judge is still looking at him, and he halfway out the seat. That nigga ready to go home. The nigga just got out on bond. He said, I can't do it. He waved a white flag. I can't do it. I can't do it. All I did was get rid of the car and lie to the probation officer and get rid of the evidence. Cause all I did. I don't know why he told. Rest in peace, Dolph, nigga. This shit is crazy, bro.
August 9th, Thursday morning, August 10th. Thursday morning, August 10th at 9 o'clock. Any questions, sir?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Johnson, step down from the witness stand. See you in 2 months, sir. Thank you, sir. Mr. Hagerman,
Nigga
at
going to
this
the house.
time,
Yes, sir.
the indicted case 2204769, do you want to dispose of that today or carry it?
I'm sure it'll reset to that same date, Your Honor.
Madam Clerk, show the other case
Look, he like,
2204769.
that nigga scratching, that nigga ready to go,
On
nigga.
Thursday, August.
Damn.
If the Ms. Clerk could make a note that the bond that Your Honor set covers both cases.
The bond $25,000 covers August case, the information case, and the indicted case 2204769. I don't know if the bond was on that case, but show the bond a collective global bond of $25,000 to cover both cases. Anything else we need to address?
$2,500. His bond is $2,500, bro. So he got to pay. What's that? 10% of $25,000 is $2,500, and he's out of there until he got to come back to court and do what he did. Possibly they probably don't even need him. That's why they recorded this shit on the nigga.
Thank you.
Ms. Corbin, Ms. Mond, Mr. Hagerman, thank you all. Mr. Johnson, I see you on August 10th. Be sound trouble, sir. Be safe. We'll get that carpet order to you in a few minutes, okay? Thank you, sir. Yes, ma'am.
All right, for those of you who are just joining us this morning, that was a live look inside of Judge.
Woo-wee. Y'all want me to run that back for people who just got in here late? I'll run it back. I ain't gonna pause it when I run it back though, cause I'll let this rock.
Coffee's courtroom, Division 7 in downtown Memphis today, as Jamarcus Johnson is pleading guilty to lesser charges in the shooting death of young Dolph, aka Adolph Thornton Jr., who was shot and killed in November of 2021. Let's get to exactly what happened in court today. A few updates for you. The lesser counts that Johnson pleaded guilty to were 3 counts of being an accessory after the fact. The attorneys discussed that quite in detail. It was a little hard to hear in the courtroom because of the microphones there, but they described the use of a cell phone, a car, and even money. His attorneys actually argued that Johnson had no involvement in the shooting or the...
Hey, DT, I was thinking that. I just ain't want to say it out loud. He kept telling him, be safe. Like, I'm like, the judge kept, hey, be safe though, but be safe. Like,
murder of Adolph Thornton Jr. They say that he was involved only after the fact, helping his half-brother, Justin Johnson, which is also one of the defendants in this case as well. Let's go through what we know so far when it comes to who Jamarcus Johnson is. This is actually his second court appearance this week. Again, pleading guilty to those lesser charges of being an accessory after the fact. Now, the indictments already told us that we knew Jamarcus Johnson allegedly helped his half-brother escape after the murder and even arranged payments to the other defendants. The DA's office announced days ago that this plea deal was on the table and Johnson took it. He is now facing what could be between 6 to 12 years in these counts per count. He is about 25, 26 years old. Johnson turned himself in for this crime in November of 2022, but he was also the 4th and final arrest that police made in this case. Let's take a look at the other defendants who are also facing charges. It's Justin Johnson, Johnson's half-brother, Hernandez Govan, and Cornelius Smith. Justin Johnson and Smith are both due in court today. We're going to keep you updated on those charges and what they're facing. Those charges include first-degree murder and criminal attempted first-degree murder. Govan is facing the same charges plus...
You know what's fucked up about this picture right here I'm looking at? it was a black man killed, right? And it's 4 black men up for his murder, bro. That's just this picture. In this case right here, in this picture, this speak volumes, nigga. It was a black. Not saying that I agree that white people should kill black people, or whoever, any races should kill any different race. I'm just saying, look at that for my black people out there, especially my black men. And I might sit here and make jokes, but that shit ain't cool, bro. It should have. How do we like? Do you understand the volume of this shit, bro? Shit crazy, bro.
Conspiracy to commit first-degree murder. But before we let you go, we do want to take a moment to remember why we're here. A young man was killed in the town that he grew up in South Memphis. That is Adolph Thornton Jr., aka Young Dolph. For many, he was a music star for the fans who loved him. But remember, Dolph was also a father and a family man. On November 17, 2021, Dolph was shot and killed at Makita's Cookies on Airways Boulevard. You may remember he was back in home in Memphis for his annual turkey giveaway before Thanksgiving. Police say that they were able to make the arrest based on several surveillance footage videos that showed the gunman outside. As we continue to cover the latest update in this Young Dolph murder case, we are going to keep you updated with all of these developments. Let's go right now. The lawyers are accepting and taking questions. Let's try and listen in.
To help Justin evade authorities and continue his flight from this crime. So he had a role in the conspiracy, but it was entirely, everything was after the murder happened. So we took that into account, as well as his truthful statements to authorities, and you have the disposition that you have today.
Can you talk about how this just gives more confirmation that you all have the shooters in custody?
Like we told you the first day that we're here for this case, Justin Johnson and Cornelia Smith were the shooters, and that's what they're indicted for. That case will get a trial date, hopefully relatively soon. You heard in court that this defendant had identified Justin Johnson in pictures, and you heard what
he identified his own brother, yo. See, all this was for nothing. You was right, Santos, for chump change, and they can't even afford a lawyer. This whole shit is bullshit.
He testified to in court and what we told the court, and I think those things speak for themselves.
And just talk about Marcus Johnson to testify.
I couldn't hear you.
Do you expect your Marcus Johnson to testify if there's a trial?
As we said in court, that's very high probability.
What day? Because I got lost in the mix right there. What day did you say Marcus Johnson actually took possession of the car and the cell phone?
About a week after the crime.
Hey man, please, I appreciate y'all. Happy Friday too. Happy Friday, man. Long live Dolph. Long live motherfucking Dolph, man. Please do me one favor if you haven't done it. Smash that like. That's all I ask, gang. Please smash that like. We almost at. Matter of fact, we just hit 37,000 on the channels. Who shout to everybody that's the subs, the new subs. But yeah, man. R.I.P. Dolph, man.
So how long has kind of this deal been in the works, and was Jamarcus Johnson immediately helpful to your guys' investigation, or did that take a little bit of time?
Really can't comment on facts we didn't get to in court. I can say that he's been 100% helpful, and I can say that he turned over the cell phone, which is evidence in the case, and sort of leave it at that as far as time.
So one of the conditions of the plea deal is that he testified in the trial against his brother and against Mr. Smith. Is that right?
There's a good possibility that he testifies in a trial against his brother and Mr. Smith. There is he has to tell the truth. That's what this was guilty plea is hinged on. He has to tell the truth.
All right, so you said that there was else to take a plea deal.
I couldn't comment on that even if I knew.
All right, so you said that there was the car, but the car was not the same one that was used in the murder. What car was that?
This is a different car that Mr. Johnson owned. Again, these are facts we didn't get into in court, other than it was a different car, and his taking possession of the car aided in his brother's escape from law enforcement.
As well as a cell
What
phone,
happens to that conspiracy charge now?
It's reset along with these, along with the cases for which he pled guilty. It's still pending the same day.
Could you break down the 3 accessory after that? We know the car and the phone, that's 1. What were the other 2?
There's 3. So there's the car, there's the phone, and there's the fact that he used the phone for two different purposes, and that was to deceive the probation officer into thinking that Justin Johnson was still in Memphis when in fact he took flight after the crime to other places, and then using the phone to coordinate communications with Cornelius Smith.
So Jamarcus Johnson's the first person charged to plead guilty or be convicted in this case. How does this help you moving forward with the other defendants in the case?
Well, I say litigation, especially on conspiracy cases where you have multiple players, multiple different people doing different things. In order to get those cases to trial and then get those successfully prosecuted, it's a little bit like chess. You got to set up your pieces before you start making moves, and it's setting up a piece.
And just for clarification, Jamarcus Johnson didn't receive any payment.
Jamarcus Johnson, no, absolutely not. His only involvement in the case is what we just outlined to you. About a week or so afterwards, he took acts that helped his brother evade law enforcement.
A while back, Judge Coffey indicated that most probably these cases move at a certain pace, right? Said maybe not next year, the year after. Does this in any way accelerate? Could we see the case like actually come to court sooner? Maybe next year, maybe?
Maybe. I mean, I don't know. It's going to depend on the other attorneys, and it's going to depend on just when they're ready and what dates we get.
What are Thornton's family's thoughts on this deal?
Well, Mr. Blue's sort of been the family representative as far as coming to court. But we had a conference call with the family yesterday. They understand what this is about, and they're encouraged by the progress in the litigation, and ultimately one day they want to see a trial on this thing, and they know this is a step toward that.
Is there a chance that he could serve just only probation and no prison time?
I don't want to comment on what his sentences could be because we haven't gotten there yet. We have to have a sentencing hearing, and the judge will make determinations. He's pled guilty to 3 Class E felonies. The sentence is between 6 and 12 years. On E felonies, you're eligible to ask for diversion, probation.
Probation. I did not tell y'all that. They gonna get that nigga 6 years, 1 year time served, and 5 years probation. And you know what? You know what else? Ain't nobody gonna try to kill him or do nothing to him. You know why? Cause this whole shit is a big mess. If anybody was smart, they would stay the fuck away from this. The case is damn near over now. The nigga just admitted, and he admitted that his brother was one of the shooters and that he manipulated the phone so his brother could sound like he in Memphis. Like, you know, put 2 phones together, it sound like that he talking to him type shit. And a guy took a call, bro. Ain't nobody finna, don't nobody, if any nigga smart, they like, nigga, they'll act like, if it's any nigga that's like related to any side of this, not just Dolph side, they'll just stay the fuck, like, at least right now, nigga, stay the fuck away from all these niggas and just don't even drive past the courthouse. Nigga, you might want to move to another city, nigga. Nigga, you don't even want to see the Memphis police, nigga, you feel what I'm saying?
Decisions for a different day by the street.
Ain't nobody gonna fuck with him, bro.
I just want to make sure that I'm getting this.
If anybody else try to get into this, like, oh, I'm gonna slide for straight drop, or man, that's you crashing out. Or anybody like, well, we about to go do this for Dolph. I mean, I don't know though, but I think that's enough because, yeah, that's it. I mean, that's kind of stupid. If right now, that's in my opinion.
Clear. So each count of accessory after the fact, there's the reception of property as one accessory after the fact, and then each usage of the phone is 2 different accessory charges.
So what's important is you got 3 accessory charges in total. What those things are about taking receipt of the car and the phone, and then using the phone in manners that help Justin Johnson evade law enforcement. He's pled guilty to all 3. He's agreed to be arraigned 2 offender, even though he's actually arraigned 1 offender. So he's agreed to a sentence between 2 and 4 years on each one, even though if he went to trial on those charges, he wouldn't get that much time. It would be between 1 and 2 years. He's also agreed that they're all consecutive to each other. So his total exposure is 6 to 12 years on the 3 charges, and sentencing is pending.
What did he agree to range 2 and not range 1?
It's a product of negotiations between the parties. It's not atypical.
One of the outstanding questions here is the motive for the actual killing. Can you just discuss
West
that
Adams
on
5'5". What up, nigga?
Simply Money or something else?
I can't comment on anything on the record. Can't remember whether or not our indictment gets into the motive or not. But I think there probably will be some information forthcoming about that sooner rather than later.
All right, I remember you said in there that he had said that he did see there was payment to Justin. Do we know where that payment is coming from, or who did he receive that from? Or is he paying that?
I can't comment on that.
Damn. Where's the money coming from? You heard how he went past that? That nigga Harlem Shake past that motherfucker. Yeah, I can't answer that. But they saying it was the other nigga, the Govine cat, but damn. What he said it like, I don't know. Maybe I'm looking too deep into that shit.
All right, everybody.
Wow. Damn. Man. Rest in peace, Dolph. Long live Dolph, man. All my niggas, man, the street life don't work, bro. It don't work, my nigga. It don't work. If you live the street life, if you into this shit and you happen just so to even kind of get by just a little bit, take that shit, man. Take the high road, bro. All these niggas just threw their fucking life away. They took Dolph's life away. The other nigga, he's a marked man forever because he helped with Dolph and them, and he told on his cousin. Even though he didn't really physically do nothing, he's still in cahoots. A nigga will catch you just to make an example to, you feel me? A nigga just, probably not right now because it's too hot, but, I mean, who knows? It's been stranger things, but, you know what I mean? It's a goddamn shame, man. Dirty motherfucker. Rest in peace, Dolph, man. I swear to God, bro. Leave that street shit alone, bro. Start you a business. I mean, get you a wife or something, nigga. Do some shit where you can get some money, nigga, without having to menace the streets, nigga. You feel me? Or be out here selling fentanyl or doing some wild shit. You feel me? I'm just being honest, bro. I'm just being honest, my nigga. I wouldn't even tell you no lie. You know what I mean? But yeah, breaking news, man. I'm gonna get up. Well, I'm up now. I gotta get this day started. I appreciate y'all. It's no game, no game. Please hit that like button if you want to hit that notifications. If y'all want to know when I go live, y'all have to hit the notifications and press it on all. Press the bell all, because maybe I need to start telling people that more. But that's really how you get all my notifications. I think they took all mine away because that might be the problem.